Hello everyone, and welcome back to the workshop. In this video, we're back working on the log dresser, and we are going to start building the drawers. There's lots of different ways to make drawers, and a lot of people are really set in how they want to do them. This is going to be a fairly easy way to do it. I could even have done it a little bit easier, but you'll kind of see what I mean as we go along. For the actual box part of the drawers, I'm using cedar. A lot of people like to use plywood, birch, whatever. Why am I using cedar? These are cut-offs from work. They would have went into the dumpster. Cost me nothing. The type of drawer slides I'm using are a bottom mount. These have a 75-pound load, and for clothes I'm not going to have any more than that in any drawer, so they should work just fine. Well, I'm not going to go through doing every single drawer, or this is going to be a really boring video explaining everything. But basically my opening that I have now that you see is 13.5 by 5 on the two right and left drawers, and that center one is 20.5 by 5. But when you're making drawers, you've got to be able to fit those slides in. And these particular slides, I need a 1/2 inch on each side. And then for up and down, I have to be down 3/4 of an inch just so you can pull out or put in that drawer. And then an additional 5/16 on the bottom to fit that slide. So the actual on those two will end up being 12.5 inches wide and 3 5/16 inches tall. Well, I'm going to get some of these boards cut down to width, and then with this cedar it's 7/8 inches wide, but one side is rough. So then I'm going to run it through the planer to get it down to 3/4 of an inch wide. Alright, so now I'm going to have to cut a groove going in here so I can put the bottom of the drawer itself in there. I have half of mine just to screw it to the bottom, but I'll do it the right way. So anyway, I'm going to have to dado this in. I'm going to go up a 1/2 inch so that if there ever was any sag in the drawer bottom itself, you could then put like a 1/2 inch piece of stock going all the way across the drawer to help support that. I'm going to use 1/4 inch plywood for the bottom of my drawers, so I'm going to have to run that blade through probably 3 times to get to a 1/4 inch here. So a lot of people now would take and cut another groove going across here on both of these, so when they fit together you're not seeing this little hole here in the end. I don't care. Mine are just going to go together just like this. I'm gluing them and I'm screwing them, so we should be good. Alright, so for the bottom of the drawers, I'm just using a 1/4 inch sanded plywood here. It's cheap, simple to work with. A lot of people that do these drawers have a real thing about when you open the drawer, the grain going front to back. On my small drawers, it really wouldn't matter because the strength isn't an issue, but on the bigger ones, if I go front to back and my drawer is this wide, there's no strength in plywood that way at all. This way, lots of strength. So I'm going to run mine the other direction so that at least it's very strong, and I might not have to put that little board underneath it to help support it. Alright, so for those top 3 drawers, this is basically all the pieces that I need for right now. So we'll bring it into the other part of the shop there, and I'll get these all glued together, and we'll screw the edges and let them dry. That's nice and square, so there we go. One drawer done. I have all the other parts cut except for the plywood now. Now I have to do the dado joint thingies. It's going to take a little while. Two more to go. Okay, this is the last one I gotta glue up. Okay everyone, well I'm going to call it a day here. It's almost 7:30 at night and I still got to do chores and go inside and find something for dinner. This was the monotonous, boring part, but there is a sense of satisfaction when they're done because you don't have to do them anymore. Good morning everybody, back out in the workshop to work on the dresser. I got sidetracked a little bit. I was out doing a little bit of cleaning up. It's a record warm day today. It's like 54 it's supposed to get to, and then it's supposed to get cold again, so I went out and cut up some of these slabs. Never know what you might use them for, but you got to get them cut and dried so they can crack and get all that finished with. Alright, so now I want to do a dry run before I put all the screws in, just to make sure that it's a lot easier to adjust it when you only have a couple screws in. I need to check and make sure that we're flush and even up here, and it looks pretty good. That works real good, but that's not going to work for what I want to do. I need to have, I'm putting another front over the face of this that has to recess in flush. So that means I'm going to have to put a piece of 3/4 stock behind here, back these up 3/4 of an inch. So then when I put my face on here, everything lines up nice. Damn it. Okay, well that didn't go too bad. I didn't have any sudden urges to go kill something. There we go. That's what I need right there. Good thing is now I don't have to pre-drill my holes. It'll go right into that cedar. We're getting there. Alright, finally got them all done. might seem like a lot of work to be getting a board, but you see that knot in there? Most of my boards that I have now have no more knots in them. I am losing my voice, I don't know why. This one has some character. Well, I'm back out in the shop here and I got those last two drawer fronts put on. Now I want to go over the drawers and everything with some finer grit sandpaper and a sander, because once I start putting the frames around the drawers, it's going to be, you know, almost impossible to sand inside of there without doing it by hand. I just started working, kind of playing around with these frames that go on to the drawers here. Get a couple of them done and see how I like the look. Okay, well, I'm going to call that a day. I didn't get a whole lot done today, but I had a lot of other stuff I had to do also. So anyway, sit there and look at that. When I come on next time, I'll decide if that's what I want to go with or not. So yesterday I had that one and then this one here, which is about the same, but this has straighter logs. So today what I did, I'm really not sure what I want to do, so I did one, and these are just roughly on there, where I 45 degree the logs, and then they'd have to be fit better. And this one here is using edge. It still has the raw edge of the board on the outside. So now I just have to sit and look at this for a while and try to figure out what the heck it is I really want on there. Okay everyone, we're back out on the dresser. I'm going to go with this style right here, which is actually the same as that style right there. That one just had curved logs, and there will be curves in these and everything. I did like this one, but I don't know. I just seem to like this one better. Kind of experimenting with the board going across the bottom. I'm really not sure about that. I'll get everything wrapped there, and then we'll see what it looks like. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's pushing 8 o'clock here, and I'll be out here tomorrow morning early. So at least the little frames are going on there now, and they have a little bit of uniformity, even though there is no uniformity, if that makes any sense. I'll be back out tomorrow. For these two doors right here, the little square ones there, I've been kind of throwing different ideas around in my head, and right now I'm kind of experimenting to see if this one idea will work. So what I'm doing right now is I'm experimenting with making a starburst pattern on those two doors. I'm just cutting them these at 15 degrees, because you put enough 15s together and it gets 360, which will make a full circle. I'm just going to see how it looks. It looks really good when you do it with aromatic cedar, because there's so much green and so many different colors. So I just kind of want to see how this will turn out. halfway there. Okay, well I got all the pieces cut here, and I had to drill a hole in each one because there's no way to clamp these, so I'm going to have to put a screw in each one and glue them, and then I'm probably going to have a couple of screws in here to hold everything that'll have to be filled later, but it'll look pretty neat if it works. Well, there it is. There's no real way to hold it. If you start putting those screws in, it pulls it up away from the plywood, and I don't want to bury screws in and put like a thicker piece of wood underneath there, so we're just going to see what happens. Those doors are small, so this might work out. Well, I'm back out here today, but I'm not doing a whole lot on the log dresser. I had to clean up the shop. It was a total wreck in here. So, but I am excited to see what happens with that Starburst thing, so I wanted to sand on that a little bit. Well, as you can see, it all glued up good. I don't know how tight that'll be with no clamps, but the reason we put paper on there is so that it doesn't glue to the wood here. It's easy to sand off the paper, but it's hard to get it loose from the plywood otherwise. Just take some of the high points off of the glue. Save on the sandpaper a little bit. Okay, so this is the actual size of the door. I need to find the center on this. Good morning, everyone. The dresser, I'm just going to do a little bit more sanding on it with some 220, and I'm going to start to stain this thing right now. So I'm going to end this video because it's getting very long, and I will see you guys on the next video when I get to stain and varnish it.